So for me, sailing is really the time where I'm free of everything and I can think, and yeah, it's very important to me. It's just beautiful. It's so quiet and very amazing also. I mean, the ocean, it's so powerful and so strong and so beautiful, and it's really amazing to just be there and use the wind and go somewhere. And in sailing, I just enjoy tweaking the boat and getting it to go as fast as possible, but really if you want to go very fast, you wouldn't choose sailing because there's much faster things than sailing. But I enjoy using the wind to go as fast as possible. It's very interesting to me. I think there's a lot of people who dream about things like this. For me, it was easier because I kind of grew up in the dream and just continued it. I think it must be harder to just step into it from not being there at all. I think for me it's very good. I like being with people as well. But things on land can get like a bit stressful, and there's just things happening all the time and you don't get a lot of time to think. And I really believe that if you do a lot of amazing things but you don't ever think about it, or you have good talks with somebody but you don't get time to think about it, then you don't get so much out of it. It makes a big difference if you see other countries and you meet a lot of people and you hear their opinions, and it gives you a much better view of what's happening in the world and what's going on. And you will always face challenges and there's always the risk that you're not going to manage, but you will always learn from it. The most difficult things on my trip in the end were the things that I learned from most, and I'm glad that they happened. I also wasn't really afraid to fail because I could have just not managed. That was totally possible. Could have sunk in the boat somewhere, but it's still, for me, it was still worth it to go. I really wanted to do it. I just prepared it as much as possible. Preparation is very, very important. I've met a lot of people that just kind of went, oh, let's buy a boat and just go. That's the other extreme, and I think that's not really good either. So it's in fact dangerous. And then there's people that over-prepare. So yeah, you have to find the balance in between. It's good. It's very good to prepare. It's very important. But at some stage, you just need to say, okay, let's go. We have to do this now. It's very dangerous to have fear, especially when you're alone. So it's something that I just had to learn from young on, to not freak out, like to not panic, to not become scared, because that's when you start making mistakes. That's when things go wrong. So of course I had situations where afterwards I thought, whoa, that was pretty tricky. But at the moment itself, I never thought, okay, this is the end, or maybe I'm gonna sink or whatever, because those are dangerous thoughts. So I can actually say that I haven't really been scared on the trip. It's just the mindset that you need to work on and focus on something different and just keep going. I love the Pacific to sail, but also I think the Mediterranean is quite nice, especially for the MiniCats. The MiniCat's really great for like bigger lakes and even coastal, like when I was at anchor. I saw a MiniCat once when I was in Bonaire from somebody, and he was building it up, and I thought, oh, that's very interesting, and so I asked him if I could sail it, just to see how it sails. And it was actually together with my sister, and we had so much fun. We really liked it. So then I wrote MiniCat, and I said, oh look, I saw the MiniCat in Bonaire and I really like it, maybe we can work together. So after that I got my own MiniCat and I sailed a lot of places. Well, it doesn't have a centerboard, which makes it easy, and the inflatable thing. It sails very well. It's stable and you can easily go in one hull. So I feel like a lot of inflatable boats are really just toys, like you can play out there on the water, but with this boat you can actually have fun sailing when there's still a lot of wind. And that's pretty cool, and especially for me on the boat, I don't have a lot of space and it fits in the bag, so I could put it on the boat. So for me it's very handy, and I still get to have fun sailing on little boats because I really like that. got along from the beginning very well, and it's been really nice working together with them, which of course makes a big difference. Yeah, well, we made this boat together. It's lighter and new design in the sail, and it's got quite a few cool upgrades. So that was a recent project that we did together. That was fun. I think there's always improvements to be made. A couple of years that they've been building them, a lot of things have changed and gotten better. But yeah, there's still a couple of things that we're talking about and think could be different and changed. Mostly just feedback about the boat, because I sail in all kinds of weather, so I can say maybe we should change this or make this better. Personally, I feel the 420 for me alone is quite big, and if there's more winds than like 50 knots, I can't sail it. The 310 that I had on the trip around the world, it was perfect because I'm not very big and I'm very light. And with the 310 I could sail in any weather condition and have a lot of fun. But the 420 is really nice because we can sail together. Small boats are always very good to learn how to sail, and you can feel what the wind does, because if you make a mistake, it straight away punishes you, and a yacht doesn't. So anybody who would start sailing definitely has to start sailing in small boats.